You guys might remember that I was a vegetarian a lot of years from, I don't remember what age, but for a lot of years. I was for like 13 years or something when I was younger. And when I had Maya, something about becoming a mother made me change my priorities, and I just wasn't as concerned about big picture issues, which I think is typical for parents, first time parents, because your whole life changes. But anyway, so I stopped being a vegetarian. I think I had a little bit before that, sort of on and off, but after I had her, I really just let it go. Then I was diagnosed with celiac disease, and that further complicated things. And um, so I went back to eating meat. And then, I was poor for a lot of years. So then I also ate the cheaper stuff that you get wherever, discount places, um, which I know is factory farmed. And when I was a vegetarian, I, of course, I visited like Farm Sanctuary, and I watched those videos that are out there, that show you, what factory farms are like and what the slaughterhouses are like. And it's a holocaust. I mean, it's I know that sounds dramatic, but it's not. It really is a holocaust. Um anyway, after I had Maya, I was able to sort of turn that awareness off again. And then I got captured and kidnapped by a serial killer. And knowing what I know about these animals and what I've been through and what the other victims have been through also, um I always was troubled. Animal suffering is entirely unbearable to me. And as an American, it's so easy to just forget about what it is, because it's so removed from the gristle of it all and the viscera. We don't experience that in this country because we just go to the grocery store and buy it in a little container, pretty little container. Um, anyway, it's easy for us to dissociate kind of about it and not really think about it. But as somebody who's lived the way I've had to live for as many years as I've had to live this way now, 12 almost, knowing what I know about those poor animals, and I think especially about the cows and like pigs, the chickens too, it's just the cruelty, the coldness, and it's a whole system. I mean, I don't know if it's the same that it was like 20 years ago exactly. I haven't been able to watch the news, the real news, for a lot of years now. But I imagine it's improved a little bit, but probably not that much. I mean, the last time I knew, it was a whole system where it's basically illegal immigrants who desperately need money, to live, who get paid under the table, and they get paid nothing almost to do this disgusting job, this awful, disgusting, macabre job. And so they're suffering, they're tortured, and then the animals also are in turn, like it's handed down to them in some ways. And the amount of suffering is should be intolerable to us. But anyway, and it was already bothering me, the idea of what I know happens, which is sometimes these animals are in the slaughterhouse and they're supposed to be dead, but they're not. And they're hung up to bleed out and they're not dead. Um and it's just like, and even before that, I mean, even before that, like when the mothers and the babies are separated so that you guys can have the delicious babies for dinner at expensive Italian restaurants. Um, Nobody's coming to rescue them. You know what I mean? It's like they're experiencing the worst kind of suffering that a living being with a conscience can experience, and there's nobody coming to save them. It's a cold, iced system where this is just it's a factory. This is what we do. We kill them so we can buy them cheap at Walmart. And I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said Walmart. You can bleep that, you guys. And I know exactly what that feels like. I know what that feels like to be tortured and know that nobody's coming to save you. And I don't want to impose that on these innocent creatures that never did anything to anybody and are like these beautiful, majestic animals that deserve better. And so, anyway, I can't really afford to be a vegetarian right now because I don't have enough money to get all the micronutrients that I need to live and be healthy. Um, with my particular issues that I have to live with, my ailments. So I can't do it, but as soon as I have the money, and it feels like an excuse, but it's really not. It's just that I can't because it wouldn't be healthy for me right now with $700 a month to buy everything that I need. So, um, but I want other people to think about it. I want you all to think about this too. And as soon as I can, as soon as I have the resources, I am going to go off meat completely